welcome back. X Plays Adam Sessler.
So these are the new stools I've been hearing so much
Welcome
about.
to them, yeah. They've been arc welded. You can't move whatsoever.
It's also been made for like a 21st century butt.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like,
this is
like
for
those old stools.
This is for Jetson taint right here. This is all. This is all the future, everybody. Speaking of future, let's talk Crysis. Obviously, the original was known for basically a graphical benchmark for your PC.
Right.
It was for nerd bragging rights. My game.
It was for the 15 people that had some type of rig that could actually play at optimal settings.
Right. My machine can actually run this game. Is it fun? I said it can run it. That's about it.
I finally was able to run it 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, so I started playing it.
That's
so I'm
telling.
like, what's all this Crysis talk from 2008?
Well, here we're looking at Crysis 2. Obviously, it's a gorgeous-looking game.
Yes.
But, I mean, how does it compare to the first?
It's definitely not this jungle. It's also not set up in the same way as the first one, where the whole conceit of the original Crysis is you're on this island, and while you have to go to a certain place, you had a lot of variety in terms of the path you can take.
It's incredibly open.
This is a little bit more constrained. Like it's more linear and going from one place to the next. But within these environments, because it's not just jungle, and there's this verticality from these destroyed buildings, it offers a lot more variety in the moment instead of that just that open space for open space's sake.
So it's a first-person shooter, which, I mean, I'm supposed to ask, how's the story? Does anybody care? Let me get right to that.
I think if you're one of the 15 people that play Crysis, you're going to care. Now, they have constructed this story assuming that most people haven't played it. You don't play a character from the first, but you're mistaken for a character from the first, so you are as confused as the character that's in the game.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's a story, you know, aliens, they've attacked New York is destroyed, there's clearly some conspiracy. There's a good story there, but I wouldn't say the storytelling is that compulsive or gripping that that's going to be the selling
But
point.
again, it's an FPS, so no one's really going to care at the end of the day if the story makes no sense. It's all about this power armor, or having this crazy bodysuit that can have different abilities, right?
This is the biggest improvement from the first one. In the original Crysis, you kind of had a wheel, like a Ratchet and Clank kind of wheel, like, okay, I have to select this. Here, each of your powers is assigned to an actual button, and so you can really feel more comfortable just using it whenever you want to.
Right, on the fly, going invisible, switching to armor if you're going to take some damage.
And what's neat is that there's an energy bar. You can only use one of these powers for a certain length of time, so it's not like I'm just going to cloak for a while.
Right.
You have to plan your attack and then use those powers very quickly and very effectively to make it happen. And when you do, it really is a power fantasy.
I got killed a lot.
Yes.
Because I mean, a lot. And I fancy myself a moderately decent first-person shooter player.
I think it's because it is not like if your playstyle is like a Call of Duty playstyle, it does not work with this. And it took me about a good hour to really get accustomed to how you're supposed to sort of survey the battlefield, pay attention to like the cues you're getting, and then when you do it right, it is like, ooh, I feel special.
Right. And now, what about multiplayer though? Because when I went online, it was basically, oh, everybody's invisible and I'm dead. Right, that was the extent of my experience.
Well, I would say multiplayer, as with most of my multiplayer experiences, is about as much fun as junior high school because that's who you're playing with.
Right. But the actual mechanics itself, I mean, the people that are playing aside, if you're playing with a group of friends, is it fun or is it sort of wash, rinse, repeat? This is multiplayer, we get it.
I mean, I feel that this game, its selling point is this rather remarkable graphical powerhouse that's in that story, but as with all games, it has to have some multiplayer. Maybe it'll take off. It probably won't.
Right. Another thing, a big sticker on the back of the box is that it's 3D ready, that it can be played in 3D.
I have not seen it in 3D because I don't have a 3D TV because I'm part of Planet Earth.
Right.
And what I've heard from those who are somewhere out there with their 3D TVs, that it is probably the most impressive use of 3D because you're in that mask.
Right. So that HUD is probably up in your face.
Yeah, it's really playing off of a sense of how you might actually be seeing it if you're in this awesome suit.
All right. So bottom line, did you enjoy it? What is X-Play giving it?
It's a 4 out of 5. I think it's one of the strongest shooters. At least there's way too many shooters this year. This is one of the best ones of the first half.
All right. Good to hear. Thank you, Adam Sessler, everybody. Crysis 2 is in stores now. Thanks for being here. Good stuff.
No problem.
Good to see you.